instead of just trying to put out the fire in the immediate struggle, ask yourself, in this moment, what is my goal for my child for the future? What do I want them to learn? How is this going to be another stone in the foundation for who they're going to become as an adult? So, hello everyone. It's day 11, and today is all about seeing the big picture. Sometimes parenting can feel like a marathon. How many of you are runners? One thing I've learned about running lately is that there are so many different opinions in terms of what running is better for you. Some people say sprinting is one of the healthiest things that you can do for the body. Some people talk about marathons and that long journey and pacing yourself as one of the healthiest things that you can do. And then there's lots of people that are in the middle. I want to talk about parenting as something similar. So, oftentimes we feel like we're sprinting and then we gas ourselves out and we're totally exhausted by the end of an experience or by the end of the day, and we're sitting just in this moment, just trying to make it through, just trying to survive, and not realizing that we need to pace ourselves. Like in a marathon, you can't constantly be sprinting or you're never going to finish. You're going to gas yourself. You're going to tire your muscles out so quickly and you're going to quit because you just don't have it in you to be able to push yourself that hard, that fast. Parenting is like this. And I want you to view parenting as a marathon. And so if you think a marathon is 40 plus kilometers or miles, depending on where you are in the world, that's a far distance. And so you have to pace yourself to be able to make it that far and not quit or not tire out or get to the very end of the race. Parenting can feel so overwhelming from day to day, even moment to moment. It's so tiring sometimes, and we're just literally trying to survive. And because of that, we can lose sight of the bigger picture that we're trying to raise these amazing kids to be incredible adults. And I've talked to so many moms who feel discouraged in the whole process because they feel like they're literally just constantly putting out fires and they're so worried that they're going to be the ones that are the reason their kids need therapy when they grow up. And they lose sight of what they want their children to be like. What I want you to see today is not so much about putting out fires and not so much about sprinting just to be able to get to the end of the day or even just to survive. I want you to see parenting as a marathon and that each step propels you forward to get to the future, that we're raising these children who are going to become incredible, amazing adults. If you can, and this is a hard one today because sometimes it really is like we're putting out fires, but I want you to shift your thinking. Every meltdown, every fight, every argument is an opportunity for growth and development and movement forward. You're planting seeds for the future. I want you to shift the thinking that instead of just trying to put out the fire in the immediate struggle, ask yourself, in this moment, what is my goal for my child for the future? What do I want them to learn? How is this going to be another stone in the foundation for who they're going to become as an adult? So, for example, I'm a homeschool mom. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that in previous videos or not, but I do teach my kids at home. And one of them, they're all amazing, amazing kids, but they have their different strengths. And sometimes teaching one of them in particular can be a little bit of a challenge because everything goes slower. And not that things are a fight, but I feel like it takes so long that the school year is going to last forever. And we sit on a concept over and over and over. And then I sit back and I think, okay, it's not about getting through the schoolwork. It's not about the fight and the argument. But I need to remind myself that it's actually about instilling the long-term lesson of responsibility, of maturity, of focus, and that these are actually the lifelong lessons that my kids need in order to be able to succeed in life, and not necessarily the concepts that they're learning in their school books. Those are important, but it's the long-term lessons that I need to focus on so I don't rush them through, but actually teach them the diligence to stay focused and motivated and get it done. And some days I have to repeat this to myself over and over and over. But it's so important to see the long term picture because it changes your mindset, it changes how you respond to your kids, and it changes the mini goals that you focus on in the moment. And actually, in some moments, you might find that it gives you more patience. It gives you more perseverance to get through because it changes what's happening in the moment, what you're focused on, and how you respond to it. So, seeing the big picture has so many advantages both for you and your child. Your action for today is to sit down and write down 3 traits that you really want your child to learn. What traits do you want your child to carry with them into adulthood? What traits are going to serve them in their mission and their purpose and their goals in life? This is what you want to focus on. And then you want to ask yourself, how can I support my child in learning these traits? How can I, in the moments when things get frustrating, teach them to develop these specific traits in the long run? And then take pride that you're parenting with purpose, that you have intentions for your child, both in the immediate and the long term. And know that with each actionable step that you take, even each step each day in this challenge, that you're moving closer and closer towards raising some amazing kids that are going to develop some incredible long term traits that they can use for their life purpose. And one of the biggest things with a long term picture, you're not just solving today's challenges, you're actually shaping your child's future. And that is such a cool goal. So today, I want you to turn to page 11, answer the questions, comment in the comments below some of the more challenging parts about today, because this one's a little bit more challenging. It's changing your perspective, looking in the long term, and then changing how you're responding to the immediate to be able to support the long-term goals. So write in the comments some of the more challenging sides about this, or even some of the exciting sides about this that you find. And I will see you tomorrow for day 12. Have a wonderful day.